Namaste, good evening, everyone. Hope you all are doing good. There is some there is some issue with the internet today, so I may not be able to switch on the camera, but I am here. And if you all wish, you can switch on your camera so that I can sense if we are going in the right direction, if you are keeping your back straight when we are practicing. Okay? Good to see you, Shubhangi and Sumedha. Others also, please feel free to switch on your cameras. Great. Great, Mini. Chalo. So to start with, we started off this week with the Panch Kosha philosophy, right? Wherein we shared how, our body is made up of. And I mentioned our body has 5 layers to it. If you all remember this thing, right? We discussed about that our body has 5 layers. To start with, the first one is your Annamaya Kosh, which is actually the physical body, correct? Then comes your Pranamaya Kosh, which is, all about your breath. And our breath is the energy which drives our body. When we have to impact the Annamaya Kosh, the physical part, it is done through yoga, like, through your physical exercise, basically your yoga asana practice, food, sleep, diet, right? So all of the things that we do externally is kind of very has good impact on your first layer, which is your Annamaya Kosh. Then is your Pranmaya Kosh, which has impact on when you do something with respect to your breath. That Anshika made you all practiced on Thursday and Friday, correct? And then comes your Manomaya Kosh, which is actually your mind. So, this, starting this week, we are going to focus on this layer, which is our completely our mind, the matter which goes inside our mind. So, today, to give you all a little background, what is, mind and what is in there. So, just imagine how does your mind functions. Firstly, the very first thing your mind does is reading the senses. So when you are sitting here currently, you have the 5 senses, right? Your eyes, ears, what you are able to feel on your skin, your taste, and all of it. So the mind firstly captures what you are, seeing with respect to those 5 senses. It then processes thoughts with respect to that sense, as in, if you are seeing something, let's say if you are seeing a substance, an object which is of red color, which has petals, which is growing on a plant, so your eyes is simply seeing that object which I just described. Then your mind is able to process ki, okay, it's a red rose, right? So it processes what you sees with respect to your senses. And then, it kind of brings in more thoughts related to that red rose. Ki, I have seen it before. Yeah, for it's growing in my garden. Yeah, for let's say, oh, I love it. So basically, whatever you see with respect to your senses and what your mind captures and understands with what you are seeing, it is able to generate thoughts, and further things with respect to the things that you are sensing at your 5 senses, right? So that is completely your mind part, and we are going to function, we are going to understand that today. Okay, so I will not give you any external support. What happens is ki you will simply be listening to my voice and then practicing. We are not playing a background music, because when you will hear to that background music, it is kind of a matter that we are feeding to your mind to remain focused, Hana. We do not want to do that. We don't want to divert your mind, not in a way that it feel relaxed. Okay, so it is, we have to completely try to understand what is going in our mind, We will start with your five senses and then see what all thoughts are coming in your mind. And when that thought is coming, so what, further you are thinking about it. So all that you have to do today is to become completely aware of your mind space. Okay. That is your Manomaya Kosh. Okay. All clear, all good. Let's get started then. Make yourself comfortably seated. Make sure your back is completely straight. Your neck is in line with your spine. You may lie down, you may sit wherever you feel the most comfortable, but your spine should be completely straight. Your eyes very gently closed, shoulders rolled back, hands in Gyan Mudra, touching the tip of your index finger and thumb. Stay there for a few seconds and try to bring yourself to a position from where you are completely ready to move ahead with the practice. Take a few seconds and try not to make any movement, any physical movement in your body after these few seconds. Whatever you were doing, whatever you have to do, we will not think about any of that. Let's begin today's session with 3 rounds of Om chants. Chanting Om as O and Ma, keeping the ratio of O for 3 seconds and Ma as per your own capacity. Inhale deep. And as you exhale out, let's begin with your round 1. Observe the silence after your round 1. Inhale for your second round and begin. Take your time to complete your round. We are not in a rush. Third one, let's inhale and begin. Observe the silence. Observe the vibrations of O and Ma throughout your spine. And now we are going to become aware of the sensations that we are able to feel. And how is your mind taking those sensations? To start with the sounds that you are able to hear. Become aware of those sounds and see how your mind is recognizing those sounds. If you are able to listen to the dog's bark, what comes to your mind when you listen to that sound? It can be simple as, oh, it's a dog's bark. Oh, it's the sound from the television. Okay, I hear my neighbors talking. It can be as simple as this, or it can even go a step further. Is it the dog from my neighbors who is barking? Or is it some street dog? Which channel is being played on the television? Just become aware of these sounds and the thoughts that's coming to your mind after listening to these sounds. Try not to take your mind too much here and there. Try to keep it focused to the sounds that you are able to hear and the thoughts related to those sounds. You don't have to unnecessarily push your mind to think about something. Let's become aware of our eyes now. With your closed eyes, become aware of your surroundings. With your closed eyes, simply see which all objects are you able to visualize. And what sort of thoughts are coming into your mind as you are visualizing these objects? Become aware of their shape and size, of their touch and feel. Try not to go in an imagination, rather, become aware of your surroundings. Become aware and try to visualize the things which are kept near you, which are kept around you. Understand the sort of thoughts coming into your mind as you are trying to visualize a thing. Let's say you become aware of the laptop which is kept right in front of you, or your mobile, or the device on which you are trying to take the class. What sort of thoughts are coming into your mind? What company is it of? When did you buy it? What color? Is it working good for you or not? Is it gifted? You enjoy working on it. You are looking to change that device. Then maybe you move around and you become aware of the bottle kept on your bedside table. Try to think about the things related to that bottle. If you are not able to think about anything, that's also completely okay. Don't push yourself and move on to the next object you see around you. Become aware of all sorts of thoughts coming to your mind. Now, Let's take our focus to our nostrils and try to become aware of the smell sense. What sort of fragrance are you able to smell around you? Is it completely neutral? Or is it something from the candle, the dhoop stick, or the freshener that you have just used before the session? Or maybe in the morning. Have you put some attar, some perfume, some deodorant on your body, on your clothes? How are they smelling? As you become aware about the attar, about the perfume, as you hear these words, what sort of thoughts are coming to your mind? Become aware of those thoughts. Is there any particular fragrance which you absolutely love? It may not be around you, but still try to become aware of that fragrance. How does it smell like? What memories, what thoughts comes to your mind as you become aware of your favorite fragrance? You may have some memories associated with it. Those will automatically come to your surface. Now let's bring our focus to our skin, to our body, and become aware of what you are able to sense and feel at your skin on your body. The temperature currently, how does it feel? How does the clothes feel on your body? The touch between the mat, the bed, or any surface that you are sitting on and your body. And then the thoughts that
coming to your mind as you are hearing what I am trying to say, what I'm trying to make you follow, what I'm trying to make you feel. Automatically, a lot of thoughts will come to your mind. Simply become aware of those thoughts. Simply stay there and observe your thoughts pattern. Now we are not focusing on any particular sense. We are simply observing our mind space. We are simply observing what sort of thoughts are coming to your mind and what they are trying to do at our mind space. You are simply observing your mind space. You are simply observing the pattern of thoughts being created at your mind. The sort of thoughts flowing in and out of your mind. Try not to modulate, try not to change anything. Rather, simply observe. You don't have to feed anything specific to your mind. Sit there in utmost silence for the next 1 minute, trying to do absolutely nothing. Try to come back. Very gently, you will wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take your time. Join both your hands in Namaskar. Try to feel the connect between your right and your left. Let's chant one Om to conclude our session. Inhale and begin. Om. Bow down with gratefulness and thankfulness in your mind space. Being grateful and thankful for whatever you have. Very gently come back up. Rub your palms and place your palms on your eyes. Take this warmth within and very gently open up your eyes. Wait. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I hope you were able to practice along. Towards the end, I don't know how is it for you, but if you observed your thinking pattern, for an example, when I mentioned ki perfume, attars, what sort of fragrance you are able to sense right now, a lot of thoughts may have come related to that. या फिर something random. What came to my mind was the Isak brand, which was there last year, in Shark Tank. And I was not thinking about that. But the moment I said the word atar, it just came to my mind. And that is, kind of sanskar which is being registered in your mind. And when I say, I have also said this to the students who have joined in before, whenever you are simply sitting there and a lot of you tell me we are not able to focus, random thoughts come on the surface, they disturb us. So those are basically the things which your mind has registered, and they are in there and they keep coming to the surface, here and there whenever they feel like. So we don't have control over them, but how can we manage them is by simply observing. Because, our thoughts are like waves. The more we observe, the more we give them time to settle, the more they will settle. But then वैसा नहीं होता, right? We don't give that relaxing time to our mind. Our mind is always active. तो हमेशा वहां पे कुछ ना कुछ रश होता है. बट जितना टाइम यू विल गिव टू योर माइंड टू रिलैक्स, वो धीरे धीरे थॉट्स भी सेटल होने लगते हैं. So it's a process which is like, always ongoing. And these, like all the thoughts which might have come on the surface, are basically the sanskar, or, or called as samskar in yoga, and that your mind registered. Okay. Understand it away. Your senses are basically the lens of the camera, and your mind is the memory of the camera. So whatever you see, hear, listen, kahin na kahin pe, your mind captures all of those memories in. कुछ memories ऐसी होती है which are able to remain there for long, but few of the movements, few of the things that we do
are very short lived. जैसे कभी कभी हमें कभी किसी ने कुछ बोला होता है and then we completely forget about it, right? So it is actually not in our hands कि कौन सी memory is long lasting and and which memory is short lived, but it is just how our mind functions. So, and the Manomaya Kosh is actually plays a very good role, because you must have heard you are what you think you are, correct? So actually the mind, the Manomaya Kosh, has an impact on your Pranmaya Kosh and even on your Annamaya Kosh. You will see कि when the person is angry, तो उसका thought pattern भी change हो जाता है, right? उसका breath pattern भी change हो जाता है. Even the physical actions that the person do also changes. बट वो एंगर जो जनरेट हुआ है वो उसके थॉट में हुआ है, लाइक वो उसके माइंड में हुआ है यहाँ पे, बट उसके कारण उसका इम्पैक्ट आता है इवन ऑन द ब्रेथ एंड इवन ऑन द फिजिकल बॉडी. सो योर माइंड हैज अ वेरी गुड रोल टू प्ले विथ ऑल ऑफ दिस. So yes, if you have anything to share, you guys can unmute and do so. Thank you, Sumedha. Shubhangi, yes, I saw the smile. I think you also
I also thought of that brand, and in my head I was like, यार मंगाया क्यों नहीं मैंने कभी? I think I should order. Like those thoughts started coming to my mind.
करेक्ट. एंड आई वाज सरप्राइज्ड कि आई डोंट नो आउट ऑफ एवरीथिंग वो क्यों आया मेरे दिमाग में, बट देन दैट इज हाउ योर थॉट्स एंड योर मेमोरीज आर.
Yeah, because usually इतर का इतना इतर या इतर I don't know उसका उतना पता नहीं है ना, तो I think वो ही एक ब्रांड है जो ज्यादा पता है हमें and देखा है, so एकदम से वो ही आया दिमाग में, and in fact I was like maybe I should try, maybe I should order.
ट्रू दैट हैपेंस. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. इवन मैं भी बहुत सरप्राइज थी, बट ठीक है. Like when I said glass, when I said bottles, मेरे दिमाग में चांदी के गिलास और वो सब कुछ आया आउट ऑफ नोवेयर.
But what does this say? Like what does आपने अभी बोला कि ये हमारे thoughts हैं जो रह जाते हैं, संस्कार हैं, we have no control over it. But इसका real life मतलब हमारी usual normal life में क्या application है?
सी कुछ भी एप्लीकेशन नहीं है. ये संस्कार जो होते हैं ना, इट इज नॉट लाइक इट इज फ्रॉम योर करंट लाइफ. Of the thoughts are also from the your pehle ke lives. So there is this thing which is mentioned even in your Patanjali Yoga Sutra and your other yoga textbooks, which says ki when a child is there and the that child is sleeping, and the child is sleeping, so you will see that wo bachcha, like she is hardly few days, few months, and he's not even seeing many things around. Uske dimag mein koi bhi memories registered nahi honi chahiye, but then you will see that person doing few actions in the sleep, crying in the sleep, smiling in the sleep, laughing. So the thoughts which are coming in his mind when the person is sleeping, when that baby is sleeping, is maybe because of his previous life. So no, there is no immediate application, but then अगर बहुत ज़्यादा thoughts आते हैं, it is just like your mind needs some relaxation. अगर वो thoughts थोड़े ease out हो जाते हैं and you are able to follow the instructions, that means कि हाँ, we are making the progress. So yeah, the more thoughts come in, it is like you are at a very beginning stage. When the thoughts become lesser, you have progressed in your practice.
Yeah. Thanks for explaining.
Yeah, thank you. Any more questions? No. No, Sumedha, no such way. It is only, so the question is ki how to register positive sanskars. So there is no such way. Basically, that is why it is said ki you do not only eat with your mind, you do not only eat with your mouth, but also with your ears, eyes, skin, your nose. So basically, all of your senses are exposed to eating. And whatever you eat with all of these senses gets in your mind. So just be mindful of in what sort of an environment you are. Are you listening to a lot of these curse words? Are you listening to a lot of violence? Are you seeing a lot of violence? So when you do all of these things, it is like कि हम तो सिर्फ entertainment ले देख रहे हैं, but then वो कहीं ना कहीं register हो जाते हैं. So that is why all of the things that you feed to your body through these senses play a very important role. So that is the only way you can, manage positive sanskars. Thank you. Also, like just FYI, इतना ज़्यादा importance नहीं है, but in Hindi, when we put a dot on any letter, आजकल हम उसको N की तरह recognize करने लग गए, as in like संस्कार. But initially जो original हिंदी है, जो typical जो proper हिंदी है, उसमें उस dot का majority of the time sound होता है म. So the right word still is samskar, but over time it has been changed somehow, and now we understand it as na, like sanskar. But the original hai na, wo samskar hai. If you will read all of these traditional books, your Bhagavad Gita, your Ramayana and wo sab kuch, to wahan pe you will find them as ma. Tushar, to answer your question, you were just added to a group. तो एक बार check कर लो. The mail we will get it processed. Great. Any more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. So have a good sleep, and also wishing you all a very happy and safe Holi. Good day. See you all tomorrow. We will see if we have a class. I'll just confirm on the group. Okay. Happy Holi. Thank you. Bye. Good night.